This is Attorney Moon Jong-Tak from Moon Jong-Tak TV. The family of actress Kim Sae-ron mentioned the Garosero Research Institute on March 10th, commonly known as Gasion. They made a shocking revelation through a video. It was revealed that actor Kim Soo-hyun had been dating Kim Sae-ron for 6 years since she was a minor. Kim Sae-ron's agency stated that this is a lie. They announced they would respond with the highest level of legal action. In response, Gasion posted photos they received from the family. Can you see it? These are photos that appeared in articles showing the two kissing and such. The controversy grew significantly. As a result, advertisers also pulled their ads. I understand. It caused quite a stir. The situation is quite severe, especially considering the minor involved. It was reported that they started dating when she was in middle school. If this is true, for those of you curious among Moon Jong-Tak TV subscribers, I will share the legal issues from a legal perspective as a lawyer. So, 10 years is the standard term. This is, after all, a bit of a sensitive issue. Actor Kim Soo-hyun in 2015. It is said that Kim Soo-hyun started dating in 2015. How old would he have been at that time? Kim Soo-hyun was born in 2000, so he would have been 15 in 2015. He was a middle school student at the time. Kim Soo-hyun was born in 1988, so 2015 was already 10 years ago. Time really flies, doesn't it? He was 27 years old at the time. With a 12-year age difference, they are a zodiac match. In fact, when it comes to marriage or dating between adults, a zodiac match or even a larger age gap doesn't matter at all. The issue is that a middle school student was dating a man in his late 20s. Some might say if they liked each other, isn't it okay? There will be people who think this way. But isn't it like, is this some kind of compensated dating if an adult dates a minor like this? Isn't this crossing the line? There'll be curiosity about this. If it was all in the past and there were no issues, it could have been overlooked without any problem. The problem is, actor Kim Sae-hyun tragically committed suicide. Do you see the footage from The Man from Nowhere with Won Bin? He acted so well at a young age, and there were expectations that he might become a national actor like Kim Hee-soo, but he left us too soon. From the perspective of the bereaved family, one of the reasons Kim Se-hyun committed suicide was Kim Soo-hyun. That is, Kim Soo-hyun and Kim Soo-hyun's cousin, who is a gold medalist. The gold medalist set up a management entertainment company, and Kim Sae-ron followed Kim Soo-hyun's persuasion to join the same agency. However, Kim Sae-ron had a drunk driving incident in 2022. She was filming the Netflix drama Hunting Dogs, but the production company filed a 700 million won compensation claim against Kim Sae-ron. Kim Sae-ron paid the 700 million won for her, but Kim Sae-ron was fined for drunk driving and was in self-reflection. At that time, there was a lot of harsh criticism, but an actor needs to appear in movies, or a celebrity needs to be on entertainment programs to earn money. But how can you repay the money by working part-time? However, in 2024, Kim Sae-ron's agency demanded that she quickly repay the 700 million won. They threatened to file a lawsuit with a certified content notice. As things went on like this, it seems Sae-ron faced a huge financial pressure and now the messages are being revealed. Can you see this? Brother, it's Sae-ron. She says brother and mentions that she received a certified content notice. She says they won't give her time, so she's diligently preparing for her comeback and will slowly repay a percentage of each work. It's not that she won't repay, but if they demand immediate responsibility, she really can't do it. It's not that she's not doing it, but she can't. Does it really have to go to a lawsuit? Please help me. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed right now, so I'm asking for a favor. Give me some time. Whether it was paid back on my behalf or lent, the parties involved would know, right? In fact, if you have to repay the money but don't, even if the bank takes care of it, there will be issues. It seems, this kind of situation caused a lot of pressure. Also, Kim Si-won doesn't respond at all to messages asking for a baptism. You can see this message, right? The messages from March 19th, 2024 got all captured and included. Even after sending messages to Kim Si-won on March 19th, there was no response. So Mr. Kim Sae-ron posted on Instagram a photo of Kim Si-won pressing his cheek against his own. And later, a photo of them kissing also appeared, right? He posted it and then deleted it after 3 minutes. He probably thought, this isn't right, even though she's my friend. It seems he was a bit immature at the time. Although it was only up briefly, it became a hot topic and people started speculating whether they were dating. Kim Soo-hyun strongly denied the rumors at the time. By then, they had probably already broken up. In this way, Kim Soo-hyun denied his relationship with Kim Sae-ron and there are claims that he pressured her with 700 million won, which she couldn't endure, leading to her suicide. Coincidentally, it's been almost a month since Kim Sae-ron's suicide. It was on February 16th, 2025. That day is Kim Soo-hyun's birthday. Our family dog Juju, whom we had been raising for 17 years, also passed away the day after my birthday. If it had happened on my birthday, we would have had a memorial every year on that day. I still find it a bit poignant to think that it might have happened the next day to avoid that. On Kim Soo-hyun's birthday, there was another suicide. Today is March 8th. I called to give something to an employee, and while working in a tent, as of March 14th, Kim Soo-hyun is denying everything. When they said they would make a statement next week, it's uncertain whether they will deny or admit it. Kim Soo-hyun's side is loudly claiming they will take legal action against false information, while the opposing side mentioned that Kim Soo-hyun also has issues related to minor sexual matters and said they would file a legal complaint. Up to now, the situation should be clear. Why is this an issue? In 2015, they dated and planned to date 6 people. At that time, Kim Soo-hyun was 25 years old, which means 15 years old. Kim Soo-hyun is 27 years old, a complete adult. In our country's law, dating a minor itself is not prohibited or anything like that. However, depending on whether there was sexual intercourse or sexual contact, there can be cases of punishment, and especially, depending on whether minors dated each other or a minor dated an adult, there can be criminal penalties. You need to be careful about this part. Showing full text, Yoon Literature Team starts with full text. Criminal Code. Article 106.305 covers fornication and indecent acts with minors. It is not rape. Fornication refers to sexual intercourse between a man and a woman who are not married to each other. Clause 1 is a provision that has existed from the beginning. Fornication with a person under the age of 13. I mentioned that it is not rape. Therefore, this is also referred to as statutory rape of minors. Those who commit fornication or indecent acts are subject to the provisions for rape, forcible indecent acts, rape resulting in injury or death, or murder resulting from rape. If fornication occurred, it is claimed as rape and will be punished. Can an agreement be made with a minor under the age of 13? Under the age of 13. So this is essentially considered rape. This was Clause 1. Originally, there was only this one. However, on May 19th, 2020, Clause 2 was newly established. Do you see this? This is Article 305, Clause 2 of the Criminal Act. For those aged 13 and above but under 16, if fornication or molestation occurs, those aged 19 or older, this is the spirit of Article 4 of the Civil Act. If you are 19 or older, you are considered an adult. So, in cases where someone is aged 13 and above but under 16, if an adult aged 19 or older engages in fornication or sexual intercourse with them, or if they commit acts like kissing on the cheek or touching, it will be punished, similarly to rape or forced molestation. If the other party is 19 years or older, the minor is under 16 years old. When they're around 17 or 18 years old, they can speak for themselves, so the punishment is viewed differently. So, in cases where someone is aged 13 and above but under 16, like Kim Sae-ron, who was 15 at the time, a middle school student, an adult engaging in sexual intercourse or molestation, rape or forced molestation, they are punished. As medical professionals, why did this happen? At the time, issues like compensated dating arose where adults pretended to be minors and engaged in sexual relationships, which became problematic. It became a social issue and was formalized into law. So, for example, a 19-year-old middle school student and an 18-year-old high school student living together was seen as just unfortunate, but if someone over 19 suddenly became an adult and dated a minor, they would be punished. Is that clear? For those under 13, for example, whether it's an 18-year-old high school student or a 15-year-old middle school student, if they have sexual relations with someone under 13, even with consent, it's a serious matter. However, if they are over 13, they are under 16. If minors are in a relationship and have sexual relations, they are not punished. But if an adult over 19 suddenly starts a relationship and has sexual relations with someone under 16, it's considered rape if they are over 16. From here on, it's completely free. If they are over 16, rape. Forcing someone is always punishable. This applies to adults, even grandparents, and it's not only men who can commit rape. There are cases where women can commit rape too. So if it's forced, it's rape, but even if it's consensual, if the person is under 16, it's punishable if an adult is involved. If they are over 16, there are no legal issues. Consensual sexual relations are possible from the age of 16. If you consider yourself an adult and the other person is also an adult, it's simple. Don't think about these things. Just focus on comfortable communication. And if there is a sexual relationship, you can actually cast and do everything. Such things can also be subject to penalties. I believe that at least waiting and restraint until the age of 16 is necessary. So, if Kim Soo-hyun dated someone under 16 and there were kissing scenes and possibly sexual relations, wouldn't that be punishable? You might ask this. It is not punishable. Why is that? In 2015, Kim Soo-hyun was said to be 15 years old. But when was this law established? It was established in 2020. By 2020, Kim Soo-hyun would have become an adult. Penalties are not applied retroactively. If something that wasn't a crime at the time is punished by applying current laws retroactively, it would disrupt legal stability. Therefore, even if Kim Soo-hyun and Kim Soo-hyun had a relationship or contact, at that time, Kim Soo-hyun would not be legally punished. Now, since I've explained the legal aspects, let's take some time to share my opinion and discuss your thoughts. As explained earlier, Kim Soo-hyun is not legally punished. However, what do you think about an adult in their late 20s having a relationship with a 15-year-old minor? A man in his late 20s is dating a 15-year-old middle school student who is not yet intellectually or emotionally mature. Will this young woman be able to have a normal relationship later on? No. An adult is responsible for their sexual actions and can make their own choices. A minor is not an adult, right? Because they are not yet adults, we protect them. If they are adults, it doesn't matter if a grandmother dates her grandchild or if the age difference is 1 zodiac cycle, 2, or even 3. But an adult man, especially one in his late 20s, starts dating a middle school student who is still immature, then it doesn't align with the purpose of protecting minors. Moreover, according to the family of Kim Sae-ron said he would marry and take responsibility, but eventually couldn't turn away, leading to Kim Sae-ron's suicide. This part is the claim of the family, so we need to verify the facts. However, if this is true, the moral criticism of Kim Sae-ron should stop the witch hunt, but there is wrongdoing. This is what the family claimed. They said that Kim Sae-ron wasn't interested from the beginning, and it was Kim Sae-ron who kept pursuing. Kim Soo-hyun said not to play with the child or mess around, but Kim Soo-hyun kept expressing regret, saying, "I truly love and care for you." If this is true, honestly, denying it now is questionable. There were many teams that Kim Soo-hyun could have transferred to, but at the time he believed in Kim Soo-hyun's promise to take full responsibility until the end. So he joined the place that was creating the gold medalist Kim Soo-hyun and his cousin. Kim Soo-hyun, who was supposed to receive managerial support, ended up coaching and teaching the actors and entertainers under the gold medalist's agency, driven by passion and enthusiasm. If the rumors are true, Kim Soo-hyun likes minors, but isn't love not a crime? One might make such an excuse, but he essentially gaslighted the child from middle school, leading to a divorce. It seems difficult to avoid moral criticism. What do you all think? Next week, Kim Soo-hyun's side will probably release a statement, whether they dated or not. If they didn't date and it was portrayed this way, then Ga Se-hyun should take legal responsibility. The bereaved family is currently suffering greatly from their loss, but they shouldn't shift the blame onto an innocent person. That person also has issues, so they shouldn't let pride get in the way. However, if Yoon Ok-chul's words are true and Kim Se-hyun, who was a middle school student who was treated this way, then I showed you the legal provision established in 2020 that explains the situation. Even though Kim Se-hyun was a 15-year-old minor in 2015, it cannot be retroactively punished, but it seems difficult to avoid moral scrutiny. What do you think? I will take your comments into consideration, but didn't Kim Sae-ron also struggle greatly due to the public's witch hunt? Therefore, please refrain from making extreme witch hunt-like judgments, insulting or personally attacking actress Kim Sae-ron. YouTube will automatically delete such comments. Please keep this in mind. And if you found this video helpful, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. I always approach with purpose at the Current Affairs Committee. I reveal that it was done with criminal intent. This has been Lawyer Moon Jong-Tak from Moon Jong-Tak TV. Thank you.